their teen years. Only one woman wasn't sexually abused as a little girl or raped as a young woman. For many of these women, home is a very scary place, a place that they have fled. The shelters are ironically the first places that many of them ever find safety, protection, or comfort. This is one woman's story as she told it. What isn't in the story is the fact that this woman met another woman in a shelter, and they fell in love. And through their love, they both got out of the shelter system.
Memory. December 1965, 5 years old. My mama tells me in a scary, loud, threatening voice to stop scratching my Coochi Snorcher. I become terrified that I scratched it off down there. I do not touch myself again, not even in the bed. I imagine the water getting inside me and filling me up so I explode. I put Band-Aids over my Coochi to cover the hole, but they fall off in the water. I imagine a bathtub plug, a stopper up there to prevent things from entering me. I sleep with 3 pairs of Happy Heart patterned cotton underpants under my snap-up pajamas. I still want to touch myself sometimes, but I don't. Memory, 7 years old. Edgar Montaigne, who is 10, gets mad at me and punches me with all his might between my legs. It feels like he breaks my entire self. I limp home. I can't pee. When my mama asks me what's wrong with my Coochi Snorcher and I tell her what Edgar did to me, she yells at me and tells me never to let anyone touch me down there again. I try to tell her, he didn't touch it, Mama. He punched it. Memory, 9 years old. I play on the bed, I'm bouncing and falling when I impale my Coochi Snorcher on the bedpost. I make high-pitched screaming noises that come straight from my Coochi Snorcher's mouth. I get taken to the hospital and they sew me up down there from where it's been torn apart. Memory, 10 years old. I play on the bed. Memory, 10 years old. I'm at my father's house and he's having a party upstairs. Everyone's drinking. But I'm in the basement playing in my new white cotton bra and underpants my father's girlfriend gave me. Suddenly, my father's best friend, this big man named Alfred, is there. He grabs me, pulls down my underpants, and sticks his big, hard penis into my Coochi Snorcher. I kick, I scream, I try to get away, but he already gets in. And my father's there then, and he has a gun, and there's this big, terrible noise, and lots of blood all over Alfred and me. I'm afraid my Coochi Snorcher is finally falling out. Alfred is paralyzed for life, and I don't get to see my father again for 7 years. Memory, 13 years old. My Coochi Snorcher is a bad place. It's a place of pain, nastiness, punching, invasion, and blood. It's a bad luck sign. I imagine a freeway between my legs and I am traveling, going far away from here. Memory, 16 years old. There is this gorgeous 24-year-old woman in our neighborhood and I stare at her all the time. One day, she invites me into her bar. She asks me if I like to kiss boys, and I tell her I do not like to do that. Then she says she wants to show me something. And she leans over and kisses me so softly on the lips with her lips, and then she puts her tongue into my mouth. Wow. She asks me if I want to come over to her house and then kisses me again and tells me to relax. Feel it. Let our tongues feel it. When she asks my mama if I can spend the night, my mama is delighted that such a beautiful and successful woman has taken an interest in me. I'm so scared, but I can't wait. Her apartment is fantastic. She's got it all hooked up. It's the 70s, the beads, the mood lights, the fluffy pillows. I decided right then and there that I want to be a secretary, just like her when I grow up. She makes herself a vodka to drink and asks me what I would like to have, and I say, same as she's having. And she says she doesn't think my mama would want me drinking vodka. And I say, she probably wouldn't want me kissing girls either. And the pretty lady makes me a drink. Then she changes into this chocolate satin teddy. She is so gorgeous. And I always thought bulldaggers are ugly. I say, you look great. And she says, so do you. And I say, but I only have on this white cotton bra and underpants. Then she changes me, slowly, into another satin teddy. It's lavender, like the first soft days of spring. The alcohol has come into my head, and I am loose and ready. She has a picture over her bed of a naked black woman with a huge afro. She lays me down slowly and gently, and just our bodies rubbing together makes me come. Then she does everything to me in my Coochi Snorcher that I always thought was nasty before, and wow. She says, your vagina, untouched by a man, is so nice, so fresh. I wish I could keep it that way forever. I get crazy wild, and then the phone rings. And of course it's my mama. She catches me at everything. I'm sure she knows. I'm trying to act normal, and I get on the phone, and I'm breathing heavy, and my mama says, girl, what's wrong with you? You've been running? And I say, no, mama, exercising. Then my mama tells the pretty lady to make sure that I'm not around any boys, and she says, trust me, there are no boys around here. Afterwards, the pretty lady does everything to me in my Coochi Snorcher. She teaches me all the ways to give myself pleasure. She's very thorough. She says I should always know how to give myself pleasure, so I'll never need to rely on a man. In the morning, I'm afraid I've become a butch because I'm so in love with her. She laughs, but I never see her again. I realized later that she was my surprising, unexpected, and politically incorrect salvation. She transformed my sorry-ass Coochi Snorcher and raised it into a kind of heaven.